Since the 1950s, when the first Pakistanis started immigrating to the UK, they've come a long way in terms of social and economic status, education and political standing. British Pakistanis, the second largest ethnic minority group in the UK, are now more affluent, better educated and more egalitarian.
Yes, that's right. And our second guest of this evening is part of the British Pakistani Foundation, who provide a platform for the community building and to act as a liaison between British Pakistani diaspora and the governmental and non-governmental organisations in the UK and Pakistan. Please welcome to the show, Sonia Malik.
Assalamu alaikum. Lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Alhamdulillah. Give us an idea of why the British Pakistani Foundation was formed.
Well, the British Pakistani Foundation was formed in 2010, and the initial reason for setting this foundation up was to help victims of the floods that hit the country back then. And it sort of went on since, and there were fundraisers for developmental work in Pakistan. In 2013, the direction of the organization was actually changed to address the issues concerning the British Pakistanis in the UK.
Okay.
And since 2013, it's all been about people living here. And we do a lot of community events, and we have a fund set up to actually help startups for people of Pakistani origin. And there is a women's network which actually encourage entrepreneur women to sort of mentor women who'd like to, you know, go into setting up their own businesses.
You cover a wide spectrum of services then. Tell us a bit more about the women's network and the business startups connected to that. How do you help British Pakistani women, for example?
Well, you know, the idea actually originated for the women's network after there has been this trend, especially in North England, where there are a lot of Pakistani families that have, and their women would actually have a domestic business where they would liaise with local grocers and supply them stuff that is Pakistani. And in order to encourage these women, the city women are actually holding mentoring workshops to get these women to learn how to go about establishing their own business. Another thing that the Women's Network actually stands up for is having networking events for Pakistani students to sort of get to know who are the entrepreneurs out there, and if they need any help in finding work or in starting their own line, they can actually interact with women who already have their own established line. And we have a lot of beauticians working with us. We have lawyers. We have women who started their own soup kitchens, you know, who started their own lines. So it's a big network of people we actually work with.
So Sonia, it's not just women the networks you have. You're also dealing with the youth as well, the young people as well. You have networks and things you're doing.
Yes,
activities around that.
It's something that we are still working on. We plan to have this graduate fair next year, which would specifically be for South Asians, not just Pakistanis. We'd actually be including people from Bangladesh and India to be a part of it as well. So it's actually to provide a platform for people who have a lot culturally in common.
Right.
Yes.
So what would be involved in this type of fair that you're planning?
So we work with Pakistani societies that are established within universities, and they would actually help us bring all these students out to these fairs where we would have where we would invite businessmen that would be able to, you know, offer jobs or internships to these students. Yes.
Take a look at this photo, the interesting photo we've got here. Some people involved with your organisation.
Talk us through
Talk us through that. What the foundation is involved in there?
Well, there was this big Eid Mela that happened in Birmingham, and that's someone has actually set up a food stall inside a truck, which is very ethnic. I mean, it's a Pakistani truck. Probably
is
someone.
Is it a traditional?
That bus, is that a traditional?
So basically, in Pakistan, the trucks and the buses are decorated with a lot of artwork, and someone's actually imported that piece of vehicle
Wow.
to the UK and made it into a cart, which was a part of the festival.
So very authentic.
Yes, this was in Birmingham. Yes.
Indeed.
Just up the road then. Yeah.
Yeah, about 2 hours from here.
Okay,
Not
stay
far.
right there. We're going to come back to you, okay, because it's almost time to have a quick break. But before we do that, we'll have a story about
The Pakistani Muslim Federation Foundation, sorry.
It's British Pakistan Foundation, BPF.
Yeah.
I actually work as a communications person with the organisation.
Okay.
Yeah, for about 6 months now. Yes.
Okay, in terms of so go to Sadia. In terms of the exhibition that's going on at the moment, and Shaista, how long is that going on for, and how can people see those beautiful pictures you were showing us?
Okay, the exhibition launched yesterday. We had a panel discussion that was for day one, and it carries on through till Saturday, 5 p.m. at Asia House.
Okay. And if people are interested in terms of the British Pakistani Foundation, how are they going to get in touch with you, Sonia?
Sonia, yeah.
Sonia, how do we reach you, Sonia? I'm talking to you. If people want to know more about the foundation, what do they need to do?
All they have to do is log on to the website, which is www.britishpakistanfoundation.com, or they could send an email at info@britishpakistanfoundation.com.
Oh, great.
That's excellent.
And how do people follow the exhibition and the individual work of the two of you?
Well, our work is actually on behalf of MSF. So,
Okay.
we're both I'm a freelance journalist. Sadi is a freelance photographer. But for this project, we were commissioned by MSF to go and gather the stories and the content. So, to find out more about MSF, you can go on the website www.msf.org. And if you're especially interested in Pakistan, it's interesting that the three of us focus on particularly this part of the world. Then you can follow us on Twitter @_MSF Pakistan.
Thank you very much indeed. Unfortunately, thank you very much indeed, but unfortunately it's all we've got time for. A massive thanks to our guests, Sonia Malik, Shaista Aziz and Sadia Khan.
And of course to you at home for watching. And remember that you can stay with us on Twitter at Islam Channel, #LTL, and on facebook.com/The Islam Channel.
And please don't forget you can watch your favourite clips again via the YouTube channel, youtube.com, Islam Channel TV.
So until tomorrow, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.